All right. So there is one thing that makes trading extremely difficult for traders. Okay, there's one thing that ensures that trading will be the hardest thing that anybody will ever endeavor to do, and that thing is your P&L. That is your trading history. Okay, when you are trading, your profit and losses statement, those things are the biggest threat to your trading. The reason is because this P&L is being formed randomly. Okay, so when you take a trade, whether the trade is going to hit take profit or stop loss, it's not up to you. So it's random. The outcome of the trade is random. But oftentimes, traders will focus on that outcome instead of trading their strategy. So instead of trading your strategy, you are busy. Look, let's say for example, your strategy is trading support and resistance. So when market comes here, you are interested in buying, right? When market goes up there, you are interested in selling. Okay, depending on whatever strategy you are using to take the trade. Okay, but this is what traders will do when the market gets here. Instead of just buying and putting the stop loss and saying, oh, this is an edge, right? This is an edge. If I buy there, I put my stop loss, I put my take profit. Whether it hits your take profit or stop loss does not matter. Whether it hits take profit or SL is not important. What you are playing here is a numbers game, a game of large numbers. I don't know if anybody understands. There's something called a game of large numbers. Okay, so you want to, whenever market gets to support, you want to buy, but you want to do it plenty of times, not just once. You want to do it 20, 50, 100 times, and on average you are going to make a little bit of money each time you do it, but your P&L will not tell you the truth. Your P&L will display a random outcome. Okay, so let's say market gets here now. Market gets down there, you click on buy. Okay, you click on buy. Now, the market, even though you were right, the market could still hit your stop loss before going your way. Okay, could still take you out before going your way. That does not mean you were wrong. Even if it hits your stop loss and keeps going down, does not mean you were wrong. You took a trade that has an edge. Okay, and each time you take that trade, you will make on average a little bit of money. Okay, so when you take that trade and it hits your stop loss, traders will think, oh, my strategy is bad. They will start over analyzing, they will start checking, uh, you know reanalyzing, doing all sorts of things. They think taking a loss is a bad thing in trading. Okay, you can have a profitable strategy, you can have a winning strategy, a profitable edge. Okay, you can have a profitable strategy, and your first 10 trades becomes losers. Okay, the first 10 trades you take with that strategy becomes losses. Okay, you took your first 10 trades becomes losses. It doesn't mean that the strategy is bad. Okay, you can be trading a poor strategy, a bad strategy, and your first 10 trades will be winners. Okay, your first 10 trades could be winners. With a poor strategy, with a bad strategy, your first 10 trades could be winners. So what what now makes it okay to trade a good strategy, even though you can have 10 losses in a row? What makes it good is this thing I said here, this large number. The game trading is a game of large numbers. When you take a lot of trades, Long term, you are going to make money. Okay, long term you will make money. You might not make money after 10 trades, but when you take 50 trades, you will discover that on average you are making money on every trade you take. When you average it out, meaning after let's say 50 trades, your net income will be positive. This one, on the other hand, when even if you trade a poor strategy and you have 10 winners in a row after 10 trades, when you play the game of large numbers with a poor strategy, what happens is you will lose money long term. Okay, so strategy just enables you to play this game of large numbers. Do you understand? It doesn't help you to escape losses. It's not the reason. Strategy is not the reason why you are having losing streak or you are having winning streak. The only thing strategy is doing is that it's helping you to play this game of large numbers. Meaning, if you trade a lot, if you trade long term, if you take 50 trades, 100 trades, you will make money. This is what strategy does for you. Okay, a poor strategy, on the other hand, will lose you money long term, even though right now you might be making some money. That is why a lot of people they cannot trade. The reason is because trading is a long-term game. They might make money today, but tomorrow they lose it all back. Okay, so this is why I said P&L, your profits or loss statement. If you are trading, some people when they are trading, they're constantly checking the history. They're constantly checking the history. After taking one trade, you quickly check the history. Did I hit take profit? You quickly check the history. You are heading for disaster because now you are not trading your strategy anymore. You are trading your P&L. So let's say now you took 10 trades with a profitable strategy, right? You took 10 trades that were all winners, that were all losers, okay? 10, your first, let me not even say 10 trades. Let's say after 3 trades that were losers, people will start second guessing everything. Let's say you took 3 trades and they were all losers. Now, the market sets up, okay? Comes to your support again. Instead of you to buy now, you are second guessing this thing. You are thinking, oh, the previous 3 trades were losers. What will happen now? This will probably be a loss. This is why trading your P&L can be the worst thing. Just focus on trading your strategy. When the market comes to your support, take the trade and risk very small. Risk management is one of the most important. Risk management is more important than strategy. Okay, because even with a bad strategy, you will still survive. With money management, you can still survive a bad strategy. Okay, but when you have a bad money management, you cannot even survive a good strategy. Okay, so if you have a good strategy, you will still lose money if your money management is bad. Okay, but if you have good money management, you can survive the worst strategy in the world. Do you understand? Because after, let's say, 20 trades, you will discover that, oh, this strategy is bad, and then you change it. After 50 trades, you discover that, oh, this strategy is not profitable, it's not a profitable strategy. Then you cannot change it. Okay, so this is why money management is more important than strategy. They say money management constitutes about 30% of the whole thing, right? Whereas strategy constitutes, let's say, 10%. Okay, so this is why you know uh, money management is more important than the strategy. Okay, so if you've been losing money, if you've been blowing accounts and you've been killing your accounts every time, the reason is because of poor money management. It's not because of a poor strategy. Because you can easily, if you, let's say you take 50 trades, you are not going to lose all the 50, right? No matter what, even if you are trading randomly, you won't lose all the 50 trades. So if you're managing your risk, if you're risking, let's say, 3% per trade, okay, max, after, let's say, 50 trades, let's say on at least you should be able to win at least 15 of them, right? So worst case scenario, maybe you lost 30% of your account, which you can make back. When you change the strategy, you go and backtest another new strategy, you put in that one, and that one makes you money. Okay, this is why, the most important thing right now, right, is managing your risk. If you're managing your risk long term, nothing can stop you from making money. Because even if you lose money, you will know that this strategy is bad, and then you change it. So this is it. So the P&L is the worst thing that traders face, because when they are trading, the first thing they are checking is the P&L. What am I making? What am I making? What am I losing? And then after a while, you discover that the results you are seeing in this P&L will start influencing your actions where you are trading. Okay, so after having 3, 4, 5 losses in a row, you won't be able to take the next trade, because you're not scared that this trade is going to be a loss as well, without knowing that all the wins and losses, they are randomly distributed. All those wins and losses you are seeing in the P&L were created randomly. You were created randomly. Okay, so all those wins, you have some losses, you have some wins, you can have losses, wins. All those things were generated, you know, randomly. And there's no way of knowing. It can happen like this. It can also happen that you have these 4 losses in a row. Okay, it can also happen that these 4 wins happens in a row, then you have two losses. It can just happen anyhow, right? It's not, it's randomly distributed. But what happens is, when you take a lot of trades, when you take like 100, 50, 100 trades, you will discover that the statistics, the percentage of winners will usually remain around the same. So in 100 trades, you might discover that you always profit around 60%. Sometimes it will be 65, sometimes it will be around 58. But on average, you will be making around 60% profit. Okay? Strategy will not help you avoid losses. This is what people don't know. Okay, they're always looking for a strategy that will help them avoid a loss, or a strategy that will help them flip an account. No, you can only get lucky. Let's say you want to flip an account. Okay, you have to prepare to get lucky. You have to assume that you will get lucky. Okay, the only way you can flip an account is to get lucky. There's no holy grail method. People telling you, oh, I'm going to flip $10 with $1,000. No, there's no holy grail method of doing that. You have to get lucky to do it. But if you don't want to get lucky, then you trade. But trading, remember, trading, you don't make a lot on every trade. If you check the average you make on each trade you take, each of these trades, if you check the average that you make on those trades, you might discover that you are making around 0.2 R, or 20% of whatever you are risking. Meaning, if you are risking, let's say $10 per trade, you will be making around $2 on every trade. Risking $10. I'm not talking about your risk reward now. I'm talking about the average you make on each trade. This is your expectancy. You might discover that it's $2. Okay, so if your goal is to, let's say you want to take your $100 to, I don't know, $1,000 before the end of the month. What does this mean? This means that you have to make this $2, 500 times, because you are making $2 per trade. It means you have to take 500 trades to do that. Now ask yourself, can you take 500 trades in a month? Highest I've seen, maybe people take 50 trades. 50. We are talking about profitable trades now. We're not talking about anyhow trades. We are talking about trades that have positive expectancy, not just taking trades that have edge. Maybe you take 2 trades a day as a day trader, and after a month you take 50. So it's not possible to take 500 trades, except if you are a micro scalper. And being a micro scalper is another case on its own, right? It's another level of skill that you don't even know about. Okay, so can you take 500 trades a month? without making any mistake, right? You discover that that is almost impossible. Okay, just to take $100 to $1,000, you need 1,500 good trades. Okay, which is almost impossible, right? But when you break it down, when you say, okay, I will do this in 3 months, okay, then it becomes, something that might be possible. So if you say, oh, I might do it in 3 months, that means you need to take maybe 70 trades per month. Okay, maybe you need to take 70 trades per month or 80 trades per month. And after, let's say, in fact, you need to take around 150 trades per month, I think, if you want to do it in 3 months, which is still a lot as well. So when you break it down, you'll find out how you can be able to do it. But it's going to take time. That is what I'm trying to say. It's going to take time. So yeah, so trading is not easy. This is why people prefer flipping accounts. And flipping accounts, you need to get lucky. There's no holy grail in flipping. Okay, trading is not easy. If you want to take, let's say, your $100 to $1,000 easily, it's not possible with trading. But with gambling, it might be possible, but you will need to get lucky. Okay, but you are going to, you might lose the money you might lose it like 10 times before you win once. So you might discover at the end of the day, you might discover that it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, so yeah, so this is why it's best when you want to start trading, you need a good capital. Start with a good capital, $5,000 capital at least. Okay, at least a $5,000 account. And when you have that $5,000, you can risk $50 per trade. $50 per trade, you can make with $50 per trade, you can make around $10 on every trade you take. Okay. So if your goal is to make $1,000, you only need to take 100 trades. You only need to take 100 trades. How long is it going to take are you going to take before you be able to take 100 trades? Maybe 2 months. Okay, so in 2 months you make $1,000 on a $5,000 account. This is why it's better you use a prop firm account if you want to grow, right? When you already have a profitable strategy, use a prop firm account. Don't go and deposit your $50 on an account that you want to flip it to $1,000. You will need to take like 1,500, or you need to take like 500 trades before you be able to do that. But if you put it in a prop firm account and you get funded, you only need around 100 trades to make $1,000. Okay, so this is why prop firm trumps all this, personal funding. You only fund your personal account when you have when you have good capital. You can fund your personal account. Don't fund below $1,000 in a personal account. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so that is it.